Croeso! Welcome back to Cottage Diary. It is the middle of April 2026 and this is how the garden's currently looking. So we're now in one of my favourite months of the year. I love April, May and June. And there's the most change in the garden at this time of year. It's absolutely incredible. It makes me so excited and happy. There is such a lot of colour in the garden already, but I'm also always very struck by all the different shades of green in nature at this time of year. They're just, and they're so vibrant, aren't they? They're zingy, aren't they? The greens at this time of year. I just absolutely love it because you can see all the different trees in the woodland because they all have slightly different green colour leaves, and all the leaves in the garden of the plants all have a very slightly different green hue, which, oh, just so fresh and zingy and hopeful. I absolutely love it. So I don't even have to get up off the bench to show you, oh hello Mr. Fezziwig, to show you one of my favourite plants in the garden. This is the bugle, and I show it you every year, but every year it's my favourite, and I wish it flowered for longer because I would love this to flower for months and months. I'm always so sad when it stops flowering, but isn't it absolutely stunning, this miniature purple forest of tiny trees full of food for the bees, and then obviously interspersed with the forget-me-nots, which are so pretty, and then those little rosettes there are London Pride, which will be flowering soon. I'll show you those when they're in flower. And I think the forget-me-nots and the bugle look so pretty with this wallflower. This is Bowles, one of the perennial wallflowers, so it's not your annual one that just flowers for a few weeks in the spring. This flowers for months on end, so it's absolute stalwart of my garden, because obviously it gives lots of food for pollinators, but it also provides you with amazing colour throughout the year. These lovely white flowers, they're the honesty, the white honesty, and they're the ones that have the lovely seed heads. The marsh marigold is looking, absolutely incredible. Lots of people say they don't like yellow and struggle with it and try and avoid it in the garden, but I wouldn't be without it. There are so many plants that I love that happen to be yellow and that are great for wildlife and are native. So I just couldn't be without yellow, and I just think it gives such a lovely pop of colour. I think it would be, the garden would be too sort of sedate and tasteful without those pops of yellow or the chartreuse green. The red campion has just started to flower, which I love. It should really be called pink campion, but there we go. Native geums. Oh, can I show you the flower? So I mean, they're nothing special, are they? Though I do love the stalks are a lovely sort of dark purple, and also the underside of the flowers. I think they do contrast very nicely with the marsh marigold. But yes, they're there for the wildlife. They're a native species, and they love it round a pond. So yes, they're very welcome in the garden. Tiny little white flower here is sweet woodruff. It doesn't flower in all parts of the garden. I don't know if it is supposed to like shade, but it doesn't flower in the deep shade in the garden. But it does flower here, and it's looking very cute next to some bugle and a primrose, isn't it? The pulmonaria is starting to go over, or this one is anyway, but luckily behind it there's this gorgeous pinky lilac scabious. It's called Warburton's Pink Mist. It's always a bit of a mouthful for me to remember. Warburton's Pink Mist. Let me zoom in. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, and it'll flower for months. Thalia narcissi are still flowering. They have been a joy. They've done really well this year. I've got lots of them in the garden. Oh, the pheasant. Sorry, it's just started raining, so I hope it doesn't affect the quality, but my mountain cornflower has just starting to flower, which is an absolutely stunning plant. And if you keep deadheading it, it does flower for quite a long time. The Totally Tangerine Geum has really started to get going. And as I've said, I recommend this for everybody's garden because it flowers so profusely for so long. But let me show you my absolute favourite geum in the garden. This absolute beauty is called Hurtiton Primrose. Let me try and show you. Isn't she cute? So the underside, she's got primrose yellow flowers, but they're a little bit more vibrant, more cowslip colour. Not that you really see them unless you push them up like this. But what I also love is the dark pinky purple, again on the back of the flower and on the stem. Isn't that stunning? So yeah, this is Hurtiton Primrose. I think it's lovely, and it should flower till at least July if I keep deadheading it. So that is definitely one to look for when you're shopping for new plants, I would say. The false oxlip is still flowering in amongst the forget-me-nots, and just above it my Welsh poppies have just started to flower. Papaver cambrica. And Cara, I hope that the seeds have germinated and are starting to grow well for you. Please send me a picture if they have. This is a sweet little plant. It's bistort, but I don't know why the flower spikes are always so tiny. They're supposed to be relatively tall, but they only ever get to this height in my garden. Very strange, but they're very welcome anyway. Really cute little pale pink bottle brushes. I love this little area here. You've got the dark hellebore with the lovely primrose yellow geum that I showed you, the forget-me-nots, the honesty, the hellebore gustifolia. You've got the bistort that I've just shown you, and then this lovely, can you see that there? I'll take you over and show you what it is. Euphorbia Amygdaloides robbii, which has that lovely chartreuse colour, which just makes everything else completely, look at it, with the scabious and the forget-me-nots, it makes everything pop. I love this euphorbia. Doesn't flower for that long, but while it's here it does earn its, and it's not very big. I can definitely make room for a few of those in the garden. Ooh, it's raining. It's supposed to be 5% chance of rain today. And I'm loving this little fence border. I really don't like the fence, but you can barely see it, and you might just be able to see that the Clematis montana is about to pop, so of course I will film that as soon as it does. But even without that, I think this is looking so cute. So yeah, you've got the forget-me-nots, the Thalia narcissi, the black hellebore, You've got the euphorbia that I've just pointed out to you. That's the white periwinkle. And then look at this dicentra. So this is dicentra gold heart. Now my parents are always like, what's wrong with it? Is it sick? Because normally they have sort of bright green leaves, but these have a golden leaf. So yeah, lovely bleeding heart flower. Again, it doesn't flower for that long, but I just love it. And that pop of the chartreuse yellowy green just really stands out. I really like it. Do you like that, or do you think it looks as if it's about to die? In fact, on camera it's not really showing how it's actually a really bright golden colour. It looks far more green on camera. But it contrasts so nicely with everything else, doesn't it? Let me just zoom out a bit. Isn't that lovely? And I've got another one up by Josephine. Common comfrey, which again is beautiful, but I've still got that stunning pearlescent one that I showed you last time in flower. I do like being able to see into the apothecary vegetable garden now. Now that awful shed's gone. So we've moved down the table and chairs from up in the wildwood, and yeah, given it a good weed and things, and we're probably going to lay some of these pebbles down on it as well to make it look a bit smarter. Moonbeam's catnip is in that pot on the table, so he can sit there get high in the sunshine. Yeah, this here is a little project. There was a little pane of glass from the old shed that I thought was rather sweet, so I thought we'd turn it into a little cold frame. I don't know how many of you watched, but last year was it last year or the year before? No, I think it was the year before. We went to the garden that inspired Beatrix Potter for her Peter Rabbit books, because it was actually her uncle's garden here in Wales, and we filmed it, and they had lots of little cloches and things. So this is our nod to Gwainanog Hall. Yeah, and if you haven't watched that, please go and watch it, because it's really beautiful. We literally haven't done much to it. We've just propped it against the wall and put some old bricks under it. Those bricks were in the ingle nooks that I knocked out so that we could put our fire and things in there. So yeah, I think it's going to look really cute actually when we've done it properly. And again, just randomly, I found this old spade handle in the old shed. It was right at the bottom. I don't know how long that's been there. But yeah, that gave Peter Rabbit vibes. So I'm just praying that a little robin will land on that, so I can photograph it back a bit so you can see what the effect will be like. I think really cute, don't you? Daisy thinks the handle's a bit tacky, but I like it. Let me know what you think. I'm just absolutely loving seeing all the wall now. Not thrilled about seeing the hose pipe though. Might have to do something about that, but maybe I'm being a little bit too fussy. I'm hoping this border will be do a bit better, because it was always really shaded out by the old shed, so hopefully it'll get more sun now and be happier. A couple of patches of this Solomon's seal, which I just think look like fairy bells. I particularly love it against the old stone wall. So at this time of year I am considering filming a bit more often if you would be interested. To be quite frank, I don't really post as often as I used to, because the views were so bad. So it just seems that the more often I post, the fewer people watch, and we only end up getting a couple of hundred views, which those of you that have a YouTube channel will know that it's not really worth doing. Those of you that also have a YouTube channel will know how incredibly time consuming it is, because we all do our very best, those of us that make content on YouTube. So we film probably at least sort of 4 or 5 times as much as actually goes into the video. So there's a lot of editing time, filming time, and then uploading time and things. And so when you only get a few hundred views, you sort of think, well, actually, is it worth it? Because you know, most of us have full-time jobs as well. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in having maybe a weekly update on the garden, or at least fortnightly, because things do change quite a lot at this time of year. And yeah, I'll see how much interest there is, and yeah, how many people end up watching it. But yeah, it would be nice to share it with you. It's just, as I say, very time consuming if there isn't an audience for it, basically. Look at all the rosebuds on the blush noisette. That's going to be really nice this year. Absolutely covered. My Aqualesia, full of flower buds, just about to open. One of my favourites. I say that about everything, don't I? But it really is. Can't wait for that one. I would just like to mention a friend of mine's YouTube channel called Wild Your Garden with Joe Ashton, who is probably one of the nicest guys on YouTube. He has an amazing YouTube channel. He lives and breathes wildlife gardening. If you don't already watch his channel, I would thoroughly recommend it. On one of his recent shorts, he mentions a project called Map of Dreams, which if you're in the UK, I would wholeheartedly ask you to get involved with if you also have a wildlife garden. So basically you put in your address and yeah, explain a little bit about your garden. But it's just so heartwarming to then see this map filling up of like-minded people that really care. I'm sorry it is only UK, but yes, if you are in the UK, please do support it, because I think it's a lovely idea. I'm not very good at the linky things, but I will write down, it won't be a link probably, but I will write down Joel's amazing YouTube channel and also write the name of the project. But yes, if you go and watch his short on it, then you can find out all the details properly and a link. So that's it for now, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this tour. Let me know which plants in my garden you like the most, which ones you have in your garden, whether this is your favourite time of year. Thank you so much for watching. Cheeky, can you see that pheasant? Yes, I got distracted by the pheasant. Thank you so much for watching. I haven't asked you for a while, but please do like, subscribe and comment, because the YouTube algorithms really aren't a big fan of this channel. So we don't get very many views. Yeah, if you don't like, comment or subscribe, then YouTube assumes that we're not worth promoting. So we'd really appreciate that. And yeah, if you can hype it, that would be brilliant. If you want to support the channel by buying us a coffee or something, that would be wonderful. It's very tight for a lot of people at the moment, so don't worry about the coffee thing. But yes, if you could like, subscribe, comment and hype, that's free for you, but yeah, really helps keep the channel going, really. thank you so much for joining me in the garden, friends. Bye for now. Oh, please let me know then if you'd like to see more regular updates on the garden. I just wanted to show you what I've put above the bug hotel. I just put this old chimney pot here, it's hollow, and filled it with sheep's wool that I've collected from the barbed wire and hedgerows and things. I filled it up just so birds can come and take it to make their nests very cosy. It's lovely watching them come and take it. And the really funny thing is, because it's a chimney pot, it does look a little bit like smoke coming out, which is quite whimsical. Under the cloches are my asparagus. I'm very excited because this is the first year that I've been able to harvest from them, and they have been delicious. But I'm going to have to go in because it's pouring.